Hello and welcome to the House of Jen. I love my sweet subscribers. In fact, you are my greatest gift, and I get so happy when I see a new subscriber. So make my day, like and subscribe. Today we are gift wrapping. Do you need gift wrapping inspo? A lot of times I have to get in the right mindset to do the gift wrapping, and here's the mindset you need. It's work and it's worth it. Okay? It's work and it's worth it. If you throw that in a gift bag, you will not reach your full gift wrapping potential. Yes, you may think someone is just going to throw it away in a big garbage can, but you have the pictures and you have the satisfaction that you created something beautiful. So today I want to show you some fun gift wrapping to elevate your gift wrapping, make it effortless and elegant. Okay, the biggest tip that I can tell you from scrolling Pinterest, go with the solid wrapping papers. Okay, I know there's a lot of prints. You have your nutcrackers and your dancers and your Santas and your reindeer, but at the end of the day, solid is more sophisticated. Okay, so we have this beautiful forest green, which is solid. This would be great for both males, females, kids. It's just a catch-all. It's gorgeous. Okay, now this is your schwa schwa silver. Okay, it looks like alligator. It is absolutely stunning. So we got, yes, it's a print, but it's a solid print. So you can get away with that. And then we have this matte black. It almost looks like a gorgeous paint color. If you need some January Reno inspo, this is really, really pretty. We have our bedroom painted black. We love it. Okay. And then this gold is really, really pretty. It has a very subtle pattern. I don't even know if you can see how subtle that pattern is, but it is also lovely. And then I got my pink. This one's probably my favorite, the metallic pink. It's really, really pretty. And so, but solid. And then you want to even kind of do like a solid on solid to really give an elevated look. Today, we are going to start wrapping, and I want you to say this with me again. Wrapping is work. Wrapping is work, okay? So let's do it. Put your holly jolly music on. And, I would say wrap with a Christmas movie on. You could do that, but if you are seriously wanting to get a good result, you may just want to concentrate on what you're doing. Concentration is a lost art. It's a lost skill. Okay, so I picked this paper. I was pretty economical too. So I went with this is high quality paper. You may be tempted to go to some, I won't call out certain dollar stores, but you may be cheap, want to get the cheaper paper, but it tears. This paper is higher quality paper. It's not going to tear. Yes, I paid $4.99 for this roll of paper, but I saw paper that was $11.99, $12.99. I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. But $4.99 for some really beautiful paper, I'll do that on occasion. Okay, so I have this little box. This is actually a real present that I'm wrapping. And so this is so easy. Oh my gosh, this paper is so gorgeous. I cannot even tell you. I would have gotten another one, but I think I got the last one. I think other people were drawn to this beautiful pink. I'm actually seeing the pattern right now. It has some really pretty little star patterns. Don't you love the sound of scissors through wrapping paper? Maybe you don't. You can always fast forward that part if you don't like it. Okay, here we go. Now I'm doing as straight of a line as I can, but the beauty of that first wrap is you get the clean line here. So always use that on the outside and the one that you did on the inside, okay? And so to not waste paper, because if you have small presents, and especially if you get expensive paper, you want to zhuzh your box closer to the front, okay? Give it a little zhuzh, give it a little push, but you want to leave some space, okay? And so we are just going to line it up as good as possible. Now, we could make it centered. No one's getting any rulers out, right? Okay. And then you want to just take your tape. And when you take your tape, you want to go vertical instead of horizontal, because that gives more circumference and it just looks nicer. It looks, you know, like if you're stitching, if you're sewing, you have nice little stitch lines. We want little nice tape lines. Okay, so now there's many ways to do this. And I'm sure if you're an expert gift wrapper, you may tell me which way you do it. But I just kind of like to fold it into kind of a point. I like to make sure my edges are crisp. I like to make sure that there's no sagginess over here. Now I can't even really see what I'm doing, so I'm going to come over here. All right, there we go. And you just want to fold it like a nice little package. Okay, now so there's two ways. You could just take the whole point. If you have a pretty point, you could come all the way back here, but I don't know how exact a person I'm going to be, so I'm just going to fold it over again. And then here, you're going to have a thick little area here. So you really want to get your tape out, okay? Get your tape out. Again, don't give up. Keep saying this mantra, wrapping is work. Wrapping is work. It's supposed to be work. Work is good. It is good to work. Wrapping is work, and you will see your wrapping results, okay? Wrapping is good work. It's hard work, and it's worth it. Okay, so we're just taping here and here. That's lovely. And look, if I have a little present, I am going to have lots of little leftovers. Okay, so now I'm just going to take some paper here. Let's see. And just give it a little haircut. All right, this is not exact. So, people appreciate when you actually do wrap the presents. I think they do. Have y'all finished your gift wrapping? Have you finished even starting gift shopping? Some people wait. Are you a procrastinator? Do you like to wait to the last minute? Like, are you that December 23rd, 24th last minute thrill of a shopper? That can be fun and just spend the whole day. But then we have the gift, the very prompt gifters who, after Black Friday, they got it all done. That's not me. I will do a few, but I'm kind of scattered where I will scatter out some of my presents and keep going. Okay, so I'm just going to finish this out. We're just folding like we did on the other side. Nice crisp lines. The little point. Again, we don't want, this paper is really good. Now, I'm telling you, I have worked with cheap wrapping paper before, and it tears, and then you are going to have some not very nice thoughts, and you are really going to struggle with self-control and with your attitude, and it's just better to get the wrapping paper that's just a little bit more. Okay, so this one is done. Now we are going for the fun part. This is the fun part, and I need to try to figure out what looks best. I have a lot of options here. I could go, woo, I'm dropping things everywhere. This would look really, really pretty. And I'm very tempted to do this because it has the shimmer, but I want all of my wrapping to be kind of like pink on pink, I think. This is also really pretty. You don't have to match exactly when you are doing your wrapping. So I don't think that looks quite right. The pinks, this is more of like a rosy. This is almost like a blush pink, and this is more like a metallic. So you want to kind of be in the same color family, if at all possible. I did pick up this really thin, and I think we're going to use this. Now we could layer ribbons. Oh, y'all, I should have like taken it off of the plastic before. Okay, this ribbon I actually picked up, if you can believe it, at Walmart, okay? I think it was $1.97. I think it was $1.97. Now, it is quite thin. It does match exactly, but it is quite thin. So what you could do a double, and I'll just show you like that. Like you could do 2 lines across, where if you wanted more of a look like that, or you can layer your ribbons. We can have this shimmery white, and then you can put that pink line on top. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Okay. So I feel like that is elegant. So for this particular package, I'm going to break my own rule instead of having it solid on solid, and I'm going to layer it. I just feel like that looks the best with it. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So take your ribbon, and what you want to do first, you want to flip. This is very important. Look, very important. You want to flip your package first, okay? Because the tape side, you want to put your ribbon on its belly part. Make sure it's like all even, so on the bottom. And then you have a decision to make. Do you want to put it more towards the top here, or do you want to do it for the center? For this particular one, I think I'm going to go center, although I do think it looks really elegant to do it off-sided. Okay, then you want to give yourself enough slack in your ribbon so that you can make a pretty bow, and then we just kind of do this topsy-turvy thing and we flip it. See why we had to start at the bottom? Because we don't want people to see our little tape marks, right? Very, very important. Okay, so now we just take our ribbon and give it a snip. And we're going to, I probably do have a little bit of ribbon waste with this one, but that's okay. So we're going to take a bow. I could always do a double bow. Like it always does kind of sadden me when I waste things. So, especially beautiful ribbon. Okay, so we're going to do a little bow here. And then you could always go back and do an extra bow like so. Okay. All right. So you just kind of want everything to kind of match up. Okay, so ideally I probably would make my little tails a bit longer, but for the sake of being done, we're just going to snip it. If I was super patient, I would go back and retie that. But we have some other gifts to do, right? Especially if you're a big gifter and you have a whole bunch, then you just kind of have to say, you know, that looks good enough. Looks good enough. Okay, so I kind of like the look of this double bow. Make sure that your ribbon is malleable. You want wired ribbon when you're working with it. I think that looks good. And then for an extra special touch, I thought it would be fun on the paper itself. I have this little stamp. This is going to be an experiment. Now, if it doesn't look good, then you know what we're going to do. We're going to do something else, but we are just going to try. It's a Merry and Bright stamp. And then I have this wax, okay? And so I could either do the pink, the silver, or the white. Let's see, there's the white. There's the silver, and there's the pink. What do you think we should do? Pink or white? Pink or white? I'll ask my husband who's recording. Which one? Pink or white? What does he say? My husband votes.
Go with white.
White! Okay, so we'll go with the white. Now, kids, don't do this at home. But we have a lighter here. And this is not an unsupervised project. Disclaimer, disclaimer. We're just going to drop the wax directly onto the paper. I have this little, this is actually what you would use, wax seals for letters. Now, if you're actually sending a letter, I think it may take more postage. I'm not particularly sure on that. So just don't be, mailing a bunch of wax sealed letters, because that could affect the weight if you just have a single stamp. I'm putting this directly onto the paper and hoping that I'm not burning a hole into the paper as I'm doing it. I think we're okay because it, just like an envelope, it does look like it's puckering just a bit. Again, like I said, this is extremely sentimental. I have this Merry and Bright stamp, and I want to have enough wax so that the whole thing does show up. Now, one thing I am noticing is I probably should have trimmed the wick a little bit, because some of the black scorch it looks like muddy snow a bit, because some of the black scorch is dripping onto the wax. Okay. There we go. I'm so tempted to go ahead and do this, but we just need to have a few more drops. Now imagine I almost picked a very large stamp that said peace and joy. I used that for another video for my ornament, porcelain ornament. I will link that below. That was a fun DIY, the little porcelain ornament video. Okay, just a few more here. Now, if it was a snowflake or something, but since we have words, it has to show up, right? Just a few more. Have patience, have patience. Don't be in such a hurry. Remember. Okay, here we go. Almost there. All right, let's just go with it. All right, ready? I'm gonna let it do its thing for a second. And then I think you want it, you want it to kind of solidify slightly. And then we're gonna put this on here. Whoo, that smoke. My goodness. Smoky, smoky. Okay. Again, not a kid project. Okay. Oh, well. Okay, it's a cute start. I think it's cute. It looks kind of like a conversation thing. I like it. Okay, maybe a different color for the next one, but that works. Okay, so that was so experimental. I think I may go with a solid color. The white wax, I'm glad I made the little mistake for you. Very unforgiving with the white wax. But I think this is really cute. And let's go on to the next present. Okay, so I decided, I told you I was going to layer the ribbon, but I changed my mind and I just decided to add the little thin ribbon, which I feel like it gives it a little extra something. And then our little wax seal, I went back with some acrylic paint just to make it pop, and I think it looks quite nice. Okay, so for the next one, I picked up this matte black. Look how beautiful this is. This was from Michael's. And I had a coupon. So it made it very, very reasonable. So I'm going to wrap this one, and then I'll show you some styling ideas with the black. Okay, friends, so I just finished wrapping this. This was a thicker type of paper, and this particular paper does give you some lines. I'll tell you what, I did not follow the lines, but you could, okay? And so with this type of paper, the tape was a little bit harder to stick. So keep in mind, you may have to use a lot of tape. I'm gonna have to go on a tape run. Okay, so I have this black, beautiful, sheer material. What is the name of this? Oh my goodness. Oh yes, it is like that net. Comment below. All of a sudden the name of it escaped me. Make a great shawl. No, I'll think of it. But so we're going to wrap this as a bow. I just want to give you a couple of ideas. This present is actually, I want to make it like a different type of look. But I'm just going to put this on the back, and I'm going to put this like so. Like how absolutely beautiful. This would be beautiful for like a wedding or just so many beautiful things. But I just think it would be stunning. Like how gorgeous would that be? Like I'm just pretending I'm tucking this under, just having it just like that. Like, whoa. I mean, you can get this material, this sheer kind of fabric in so many different colors. Like it would be really pretty. Of course, white is kind of like that wedding veil type of look. But like, oh my goodness, that would be stunning. Okay, so now let's really wrap the present. But I wanted to give you an over-the-top, elegant, dramatic idea first. What is the name of this, guys? It's something. It's definitely something. It's not, it's something. What is it?
Toile.
Toile? No, it's not toile. My husband, we both can't figure it. Toile is like that cute little quaint English pattern, you know, like blue and white toile. We'll think of it. We'll think of it. Okay, so, but how beautiful would it be? Another idea. I have this white, like if you wanted to do a traditional white and black, this is really pretty, the fur. I did not pay $19.99. I got this on clearance. Tulle! My husband, Tulle! Okay, it's called Tulle, like Tulle, I think. Okay, but this was on clearance, this white, now we know the name, right? It's always that tip of the tongue phenomenon, so I thought it would just be funny to keep going. So we could do the black and the white. Oh my goodness, you know, another beautiful look is this black and gold, which was, oh my gosh, that would be so super stunning. But I'm just gonna keep this one like simple, I think, okay? So I have some options. I have this gray, which is really nice, but I wanna keep it even more simple than that and just do that black on black. So we're just gonna use this ribbon, this lovely ribbon we have here. Again, why did I not take these little plastic things off? Okay. Okay, what did I tell you at the beginning? Wrapping is work. Wrapping is work. Okay, this was either $1 or $1.97 at Walmart. Yes, this is what we're gonna use. Really excited. I wanna try the Merry and Bright stamp, but in a different color, because I'm kind of obsessed with the wax seals. I always have been. I'm that nostalgic kind of, I like, you know, that look. I think it's just absolutely stunningly beautiful. So again, I'm just flipping my box around, wrapping it together. And if you don't want to do a bow, like if you just want to, especially if you just want to have a simple look, you don't have to do a bow, and you can just put the which I think I'm just going to do this. Let's just snip here. Oh, that's horrible. Look, guys. Looks like a little rat chewed it up. Let's just do a better cut here. Okay. And so we're just going to tie this in a knot. You can tie it in a knot. You can tie it in a bow. Okay. Remember that song? Do your ears hang low? Okay, so we want to match it up here. Okay, I'm gonna cut, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. And then I'm just gonna leave it long. I can always, it just has more personality that way. Okay, so now we're going to try another color. Should I do black on black? That would look stunning. Silver would also look really nice. And then like a red would look kind of lovely as well. Oh my goodness, decisions. Since we're doing all like black on black, let's just stick with the black. Okay, so my goodness. Get my little wick here going. Let's give it a little bit of a trim. Okay. I think we're going to do better this time. I'm going to put it actually on the knot. I don't know. Actually, no. No, can I? No, I don't know if the words will work. I don't know. Let's do it on the side. No. On the side, you think, hubby?
Yes.
Here or here?
Let's do it on the side.
Right here. Okay. Oh, well, the drop told us where we were going to do it. Y'all, we are just wrapping together. This is fun. Okay, I'm really glad I did the black on black. This color black almost reads kind of a green olive undertone. So I also picked up some like olive green ribbon, which I don't know if I can reach for it. My arms. It's funny. We'll just focus on our wax stripping here. You know, you can count sheep or you can count wax stripping. Again, you have to have patience. Carve out some time to do this. Okay. You can also do the initial. I have the initial somewhere. Unfortunately, I think I should do a decluttering video in January because I can't find it. Maybe by the end of this video, I will be able to find what I did with, but you know what I mean, the metallic monogram. I need to concentrate on my dripping here. I think it's kind of cute when you add the little side drips, but this also, oh, this is good. I feel like the solid colors are going to be a lot easier. Again, when we tried that white wax, it was just not as friendly to me, and I had to paint over it. So, okay, but I love this little Merry and Bright stamp, so you can see what we're going to do here. I think people appreciate a good wrapping. If anything, you can put them all under your tree and do beautiful close-ups. Give them their 15 minutes of fame. Okay, so we're almost good here. All right, let's do one more drop in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, close enough. That's cute. I have another little drop over here. That's just for the other side to make it even. No, it was a happy mistake. But I still think that looks pretty good, guys. Okay. Ta-da! On to our next present. Okay, friends, so for this next one, I want to show you how much I absolutely love this paper. It is so beautiful. It's actually a lot thinner, and it has almost this kind of, almost a velvety type of texture, something that you would see almost a fabric type or wallpaper type texture. And I told my husband, he wasn't so sure, but I thought, how beautiful would it actually be to frame this? I just might do that in a different project. But for now, I have already wrapped. Yes, I did pre-wrap because I have some family that I don't want them to see what they're going to get for Christmas, right? So I wrapped this present in this beautiful paper. My tip would be you need some sturdy tape, because the tape, you good old trusty Scotch tape, did not, it just flopped up because the type of paper that it is. So be sure to use really, really sturdy tape. Okay, I'm excited about this. I could not decide. Okay, I have this beautiful snowy white fur ribbon. Like, how absolutely stunning would that be? But I also have, like, how super girly, how beautiful this pink ribbon. It's so, like, pink is just a happy color. I think everybody loves pink just because it's like injects life and femininity, and it's just, I don't know. I think it's really, really, really pretty. So there's that, but I think for sticking with our monochromatic look, I think we're going to go with this beautiful silver. So let's wrap it in this one. I say silver, it's more of like a graphite or whatever, but I think it's really nice. So let's do that. So I have, this is kind of your perfect square. So, all right. So do you have any Christmas gifting traditions? Some people like to get lots of presents. Some people like to get just one nicer present. And then sometimes quality time is the present for people. So it just depends on what you want to do. Okay, I can already tell this is a little short. So we are going to flip it. No worries, this is real life here. So we're just going to flip it and do it again. Give myself a little more length. This, by the way, I think I got at Walmart. I think it was $1.97. It was not expensive at all. So sometimes I splurge on ribbon, sometimes I don't. But I'm always a clearance shopper, economic shopper. Get the look for less if you can. Okay. So we're flipping this over. I feel like you pretty much need to go in the middle if you have a square. Okay, it just looks more symmetrical that way. Okay, so we're good here. I'm going to go ahead and cut some ribbon. And I have some snowflakes that I want to show you. They're really pretty. I have these and I have these. I think with the silver package, since we're going monochrome or whatever, I think we're going to use these. So first I'm going to finish tying this lovely bow. I love the feel of satin. I don't know what it is. Satin and velvet are always big, elegant ribbons. They're super beautiful. And they just have this kind of like soft, calming texture. And you know, I think after the busyness, I think everyone likes kind of that soothing. It's just a nice, soothing type of texture. I like how big these loops are too. Aren't those nice? Okay, so we are going to cut this one. I feel like I want to cut this one at a V. So we get a nice little sharp corner. We're going to do our little V for our victory wrapping session. Okay, got that side, and we're going to get the other side. Sometimes when you slow down, it's actually what your brain and your soul and your spirit, you just need to slow down. So let yourself slow down and enjoy. Yes, gift wrapping begins with work, but then you kind of get in a mode and you get into it. At least that's what happens with me, because I'm really enjoying the beauty of, I really do like this one. You could leave it plain, but I want to see what these little snowflakes look like on here. I have the white ones and the silver. I think the silver are kind of glam. Those are beautiful. I think it just needs the one. I mean, I could kind of like do it like that. That would be kind of cute. But I think we're going to do one. So I'm going to add some glue and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this one may be one of my favorite ones yet. I love just this simple monochrome, the paper, the textures, the little snowflake accent. What do you think? Hey friends, so I am just finishing wrapping this gorgeous metallic gold wrapping paper. It's just the epitome of glam, and it is sparkly and effortless and elegant. It's all the happy, wonderful things that you want for your get-togethers. Okay, now we again have a ribbon choice. I have this beautiful, I use this on my Glam Christmas tree, and I'm very tempted to use it on this. I think it would be an excellent, most gorgeous choice, but I think I'm going to, again, just because I'm doing monochromatic, we're going to keep it simple. That way, when you have a million choices to make, all you have to do is that gold on gold. So let's do this one together. Okay, I love the look of the wide ribbon. It is extra glam. Anytime that you can add some extra width, I think people really appreciate that because it just looks a little more special. You know, it just does. Sometimes it's good to be extra, especially around the holidays, celebratory. There's something about a present that when you open it, you feel extra special, especially when you see your name on it and you know it's for you. Okay. So what was your favorite present that you received when you were growing up? Okay, y'all, I don't know if I made this bow long enough. I didn't. I was talking to you. We were chatting and wrapping, and I got distracted. Okay, so we're gonna make this a little bit longer. All right. Now we're gonna come through here. Oh my goodness. Christmas was always very special. We had the stockings. We had the candy stockings. They were so good. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up here. Okay. Y'all, I got distracted chatting with you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut an end here. And we are gonna make a nice happy bow. All right, there we go, one side. Da-do, da-do, da-do. You know, it does help when you have on some holiday music and your favorite hot chocolate or coffee or whatever makes you happy. You know, you could also put some candy or ornaments in here, which would be quite adorable. This one's kind of lopsided. Y'all, well, I'm not doing very good with my bow here. Let me try again. If you don't first succeed, try again. Okay, that's better. I've got to slow it down. Slow it down. Okay. All right, that's really cute. I'm gonna make our little poofs. And then we're gonna cut this. All right, and then just make sure you have a tight knot because you don't want it to fall apart. And then you want your like happy little bunny ears on either side. And then if you're in a hurry, just fold it down and then you can't see the jagged edge. I think that looks cute. Okay, friends, for this last present that I have, and I'll probably do a few more examples just to show you all at the end, but this is a forest green paper. I picked this up, believe it or not, at Aldi. Like Aldi has it going on for the Christmas decor. I love one-stop shops where you can get your groceries and your wrapping paper, especially if you are super busy and you don't want to make a million stops like Santa. Uh-oh, I just cut that one a little bit too fast. It tore. Not going to cry over it. Okay, but I'm going to finish wrapping this one and then I'll show you a fun ribbon idea. Okay, friends, as much as I do like a one-stop shop, I got to tell you this paper was not as good quality that I picked up. I love Aldi, but for a couple of dollars more, this was $4.99 versus like $2.99. I just really prefer the Home Goods Michaels paper better. So, if you're not scrimping on the budget, maybe splurge a little bit. Okay, so again, though, on our ribbon, this was only like $1.97. And I think the different shades of green are really kind of fun. So I have that one. I also have this olive green. Ooh, my goodness. Which one do you think? I almost feel like the olive green gives it a little more of an upscale type of look. And shoe, or I have these beautiful ornaments that I got. That would actually be kind of pretty like that with the satin and the little ornament. Why don't we do that? We'll do that. Okay, so I'm just going to take this ribbon here. And I think for this rectangular box, I think I'm going to flip it and then do it kind of instead of in the middle, since we actually have a nice rectangle to work with. I am going to offset it because when you do that, it gives it that kind of glam type of elevated look at the top as well. Okay, so let's see if we can thread this in. I'll have this little hole here. If not, I may have to add it. Yeah, I think we're going to have to add it. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see. First, we'll do our bow. And then, oh, that looks nice. Oh, I love it. That is so lovely. Okay. And then I'm just going to do some little V's. Or not V's, what you call that, just that straight diagonal up, just to make sure you get all that jagged edge away. And then I'll show you what it looks like when I add the ornaments. Hey friends, so I have one of our porcelain ornaments that we did together. If you missed that, I'll link it down below because it was so much fun. And then I have this yarn here. Look how beautiful that yarn. Oh my goodness, that would be beautiful to wrap a present with too. But I just use that to loop on my porcelain ornament, and look how pretty the green on green on green. Nothing says festive like a little ornament that they can use next year for their tree, and they will remember you every single time. Hopefully they will when they put it on the tree. Okay, I think that looks so pretty. Look at that. Okay, friends, so I actually wrapped a couple of more. I like this one. I kind of did the double snowflake on that, and I used that beautiful white for Christmas ribbon that I got on Christmas clearance. So I think regularly it's kind of a lot. And then this paper was actually from last year's gift wrapping video. I will link that one below for you as well. And so don't forget about your other like gift wrapping papers. The other fun thing is that we have presents to put under the tree. So let me show you all the fun things. Okay, so we have our pink present and we have the black present. This was another one that I wrapped. I like the little box. I thought it was cute, and I just added the little snowflake
But I really think this looks so glam and so beautiful under our glam Christmas tree. And I really, really just think it's so fun. Oh my goodness. I think this one's probably my favorite, that beautiful alligator type paper. But how extra super fun is this to have presents under your tree and to beat Santa to it? Thanks, guys. Like and subscribe. Hope this gave you a lot of fun ideas, and Merry Christmas!